All right, Nick, let's talk about the Detroit Lions. Tough loss over Thanksgiving to the Green Bay Packers. A game everyone wants to win. The Lions notoriously been playing on Thanksgiving for quite a while. So this one meant a little bit more. But, we got to look at everything involved and take the positives as we can. And I think there's some really great stuff that Dan Campbell has said and brought up about their goal and the way that he is going to fix things for this Lions team, specifically looking at Jared Goff. So let's get into this article and we'll kind of talk about everything Dan Campbell said on the other side. Nick, this, of course, is over from on NBC Sports. It says, in the last two games, Detroit has recorded 7 giveaways. Goff alone has accounted for 6 of them. Dan Campbell said in his Monday press conference that he's spoken with quarterback and Goff is well aware of how he can improve. Campbell said, like I told him this morning, it's the man, once I'm starting to break the line of scrimmage, I've got to tuck it away. It's as simple as that, and it's an emphasis we work on at practice, Campbell said. We're going to work on it, like all these little things that come up, man. Of course, Campbell says man every other word, so bear with me here. We're not just going to yell harder. We're going to give substance. You teach them, you show them, and here's where you can be a little bit better. Everything from pass pro to the rush to the way we cover, the way we jam, the way we protect the football or don't protect. Campbell, however, added that he's not getting worried. He says, I love this. He said, I'm serious. I love this. I love that, man. It's doom and gloom outside our building. We've got 6 to go. We've got an unbelievable opportunity, man. I love it. I really do. This is where we find out what we're made of. So, Nick, I think this is kind of the trend, the thing we've been hearing about Dan Campbell all along. He's a player's coach. Not going to come in. He's not going to yell and scream and tell you how bad you are and how much you suck, because that's not how you build a team. That's not how you build a culture. He's going to come in. He's going to correct you. He's going to show you where you're wrong because you did mess up. Obviously, 6 turnovers the last 2 games, not good. But he's going to show Goff. He's going to teach him. And like you said, he's giving him substance, giving him things to work on and going forward. In my mind, he's giving him chances. He's letting him show that he can either learn or not, whether he wants to be the starting quarterback for this team or not. But Dan Campbell is a guy that teaches, he doesn't yell. And I think that is what makes him such a great coach. He's just a guy that isn't full of words without meaning. He backs up everything he says and he puts it to task. So I really love this from Campbell. And I think it's a great approach to coaching. And I think that's why the Lions have been so successful thus far this season. They've only lost 3 games. Not that bad. So he says doom and gloom. I don't think it's that doom and gloom outside of the Lions. But Nick, I'm curious what your thoughts are on Campbell's words and this Lions team overall. But the Lions fans, rebound game coming up against the Saints this weekend. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think the final score, Lions versus Saints, will be in the comments below? But Nick, what do you think on everything Lions and Dan Campbell?
So I think there's an interesting thing going on in the media right now. Like after these last couple of games, of course, they pulled out the victory in Chicago, could not against Green Bay and Goff with his bunch of turnovers. It seems like the entire media has flipped 180 degrees on Jared Goff, which is so strange to me. Look, if you back up a few years, I was anti-Goff. I thought after 2021, the Lions should have moved off of Jared Goff. I've been proven 100% wrong. In 2 bad games in terms of turnovers, doesn't change that. And I think that's the weird dynamic going on in terms of the media and how quick reaction we like to be and say, oh, this guy had a bad week or a bad 2-game stretch. He stinks now. He's back to being a terrible football player. That's ridiculous because if you look at the long-term trend of Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, he's very good at protecting the football. If you go back to 2021, he had 8 interceptions, 1 lost fumble, so that's 9 turnovers. I'm sorry, 2 lost fumbles, so that's 10 turnovers over 14 games, less than 1 per game. That's pretty good. Last season had 7 picks and 1 lost fumble, so 8 over 17 games. Those are outstanding numbers, and he was really good at protecting the football prior to these last 2 games against the Bears and Packers. So it's not like this guy just forgot how to protect the football and how to manage games, right? He's done a phenomenal job with that with Johnson as his offensive coordinator under Dan Campbell. The reality is he just had a bad 2-game stretch. Maybe he got a little loose with a few technical things here and there. And again, that's what Campbell and coaching staff is there to do. A player kind of gets a little loose with some things minor, correct it, get it right for the rest of the season. Good coaching there. But I think this reality of that Jared Goff is bad at protecting the football that we hear a lot of people talking about is just ridiculous. This is arguably what he does best. Managing games, protecting the football, hitting the open man, reading defenses. That's his MO right there. So I think it's very surprising what we're hearing in the media. And again, credit to Campbell for recognizing that and say, hey, listen, we know Goff is good at protecting the football. We know he's a good quarterback because he's proved people like me wrong with how well he's played over the past few seasons. Now's the time to correct some little things and give him the encouragement and the energy to finish the season strong. Because we know this Lions team through the first 9 games of the season, 7-2. Jared Goff doing a great job protecting the football, leading an explosive offense. Last 2 games, a lot of turnovers, eked out a win against the Bears, couldn't do it against the Packers. The same core team is still in place. It's not like Jared Goff just forgot how to play football. You just need to correct the problem. That's what you do week to week. Watch the film, correct all the little things, and get ready for the New Orleans Saints. Because, Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but why do you think the media and all these talking heads we see on ESPN and Fox Sports and all that are suddenly out of the woodwork, or like Jared Goff stinks now?
Yeah, it's got to be for clicks or for, engagement, something like that. Everyone's flip flopping because this is,
Which, by the way, make sure you like and comment below.
yeah, of course, engagement, algorithm. We love all of those things. But, Nick, like on this channel, we like to keep it real and think things through, talk about it. And you look at the Lions, they're 8-3. This is a good football team. They've beat a lot of teams. This is the team that went in week 1 and beat the Chiefs. And I'm going to bring up one of their losses to prove my point here. They play Baltimore. They lose that game, a very tough loss. But you go back, you look at a Baltimore team, they lost to the Steelers and the Browns this year. They lost to a Browns team that goes down quarterback. This Browns team, I mean, what the heck is going on here? How do you lose that game? You lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been abysmal on the offensive side of things. All great teams in football this year have had some really head scratching losses. And because the Lions, this is the NFL. And my point is, those divisional games, those Steelers Ravens, those Steelers Browns, those Lions Packers, Lions Bears games, those are tough games. They know each other in and out, and it's always going to be ugly. And you're lucky to get through those unscathed. So Lions fans know, just because Goff has a tough game versus the Packers, versus the Bears, versus the Vikings, they know that those games are always going to be tough, and that is why we can't listen to the media. We got to go with what we know. We know Jared Goff can do what he needs to do to lead this team to victory. So, Nick, I don't know what the media is thinking. I just know Jared Goff getting through these tough games, all he's got to do is make it to next week and do a little bit better.